You're welcome, son.
Thank you. So, let me state the premises again. So, I just think it's more likely that Lubu wins in a fight against what's that bitch's name? Raiden.
Negation.
Whatever. I'll just on one side.
Yeah. Okay.
Give me a sec.
You probably don't even need to send this
Check the
scan.
base scan. Hey, yeah, it's talking. Anyway.
Nigga, fuck are you talking about? You weren't even saying anything. Hop off dick.
I'm in the middle of making my argument. Anyway, stop talking. So, like I said.
Okay, firstly, before you even say anything about this, where is this from? Hold on, before you say anything, where is this from?
Well, actually,
I need to know.
I'm not even making an argument. Stop talking. I haven't even started making my argument. Well, what if
before you?
Coomer,
I don't care about. Okay, I'd like to know the source for the argument before you let me know the argument.
This is retarded. Like
I'm asking for the source of scan because depending on the source, I don't need this.
Said anything. Why is
Bro, depending on the source of where this scan is from, I can dismiss it.
I'm just gonna mute you.
Where's the source?
Exactly. Mute him, please.
Okay,
this is retarded. Coomer, what if I was about to say
he's muted? Continue. Get off the tangent.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded. So like I was saying,
don't insult him while he's muted.
Anyways, this is just another statement, right? If you read number 2, my argument is just like it says verbatim: in life, he reached the summit of human potential upon realizing no one could match him. He chose that, right? So within his own life, he was just like essentially the pinnacle of humanity. But then the author extrapolates, right? And he says that he reached the summit of human potential. And contextually, it would just mean in a fight. So he's like the strongest. And since we know that this is coming from the author, right? The author has like a full grasp of his own manga, right? So it wouldn't just apply to like a single round or like a single time period or whatever. It's just more so like a general statement. So what's your contention?
But what's your scan? Sorry.
Okay, I'll unmute Coomer now.
That guy's getting muted.
Was that Stato?
Okay, before I even say anything, can you answer the question on where is this source from?
The author.
Which author? Because you know that the
one who created
Hold up. Can I clarify? The author for the spin-off and the author for the actual Roar manga is different.
So they can't be canon to each other?
Unless it's blatantly said so. Like
why
for this, like the events,
you made a claim.
I'm going to extrapolate on the claim. Can I extrapolate on the claim? Unless it's events inside the manga itself, if it's like a bonus page like this bullshit, then I can dismiss it. It's not feats. It's just statements made by an author. That's not the same as the original.
You're shotgunning. Hold on.
I'm addressing your
Just say the first sentence, please. What was it? That like it has to be blatantly said.
This right here, right? This is a bonus page, right? For the spinoff for Lubu's manga, right? Firstly, it's a different author, right? Unless you can prove that it's the same author.
Why is that relevant?
Now,
wait. Let me address that. So let's say hypothetically they are different authors. Why the fuck is that relevant? Why can't they still be canon to each other?
Artistic freedom, like this right
here.
Freedom?
Okay,
listen. This is why I said. Hold on. Listen, can I extrapolate? Because I've already said the events that happen in the manga, right, are different than what's on this bonus page. This bonus page, right, can be artistic freedom. No, I'm not shotgun. These are same points I've already made. These are same points I've already made. As I was saying, these are okay. Just continue, bro.
Yeah, like I said, you just repeated the same claim. So I said hypothetically they can be from different authors, right? Why the fuck would that be relevant? You said because artistic freedom. I said why?
Which I was gonna extrapolate.
Why the fuck is that still like? Why is that relevant?
Because listen, there's for the spinoff manga, right? There's the manga itself, and then there's this outside informational page, right? This outside informational page was created with the sole purpose to hype up the spinoff manga. So the artist, right, the author, had artistic freedom to hype up Lubu in a sense to get people to read the manga. This right here isn't like verbatim like what happens inside the manga itself. None of these statements are made.
Okay, you're making another claim. You're making another claim. So first of all, I don't think you know what verbatim even means.
They didn't say it. They didn't say it.
Hold on. They didn't say it. What?
They didn't make these claims in the manga itself, other than inside This is promotional. This is a promotional.
okay, so
listen. As I
all
said
the
prior,
claim text
this
match.
let me talk because you're asking
Wait,
questions.
you just made a
Clarifying
claim.
again.
You just made
Can
a
you
claim.
stop talking? Can you stop
question the claim.
talking?
Coomer, I'm
Ask
gonna
me a question,
question your
and I'm
claim.
going to clarify on it.
Coomer,
You ask me a question. See, man,
I
if you're
didn't
gonna
even
mute
ask my
me,
question.
right, and not giving me the common decency, I don't see a reason to be here. Because he asked me a question to clarify on it. I'm
Because you made a
clarifying on it.
claim.
You
I
were
am.
talking to me.
Wait, Coomer. I am watching pornography right now. Why are you
Okay, then
calling me in?
why did you mute me then?
I felt
Who
like
muted me? Oh my god, this shit! Get the fuck out of here! I'm done.
Anyway, what a pussy! Oh my god,
My fucking god.
he's a fucking dumbass. He kept fucking shocking me. Max, can you moderate,
I
bro?
don't know about you. That's a concession.
Bro,
Oh no, he back.
bro.
Anyway, we can have Max
Bro,
moderate.
I'm not
We
on
can
my
have Max
I'm not
moderate.
on my
Now man
PC,
wants to
but
speak
it's
up.
okay.
Now man wants to speak up. It's on my tip. Like fuck out of here.
Stop crying. We can have Kai moderate. I don't know anyone. We can have Lord moderate. I
I
don't
could
care.
probably moderate for like the next 30 minutes.
Sure. So, like I was saying, I just made one simple question, right? You mentioned artistic freedom, then you said hype. Now I'm asking you. Let's say
Okay.
all of that is true. So let's say this different author, right, is writing it with the sole purpose to hype. Why would that make it not canon to the original manga?
I can talk now.
Hello? Yeah.
Okay. Now I said firstly, right? It's not canon to the manga, right? And then on a presumption that if you do get the point off that this is canon to the manga, which I don't believe you can, I can just use the point of this being artistic freedom to hype up
Stay in the same point,
spin-off.
please. Stay on the same. You don't have to give a hypothetical if I win or lost on that point, whatever. Just stay on
Okay,
this
well,
point, right?
let's attack the first
so
one.
okay, so again, assuming that it is written with the sole purpose of hyping up a character, right? Why does that make it not canon?
Okay, and this is under the presupposition that it's made by the same person that's behind the storyboarding for the shit. Because I'm telling you, it's just different author.
What are you talking about?
Because I already
Wait,
explained this. It's a
wait,
different
wait.
author, right? And this
He
page is
doesn't get it.
promotional. That's used for
Actually,
hype only, and it's not. It's
You
not
already-
like.
you
Hold
already-
up.
you already said it.
I don't think you guys understand each other's points. Villain, right? So basically what villain is trying to say, right, is okay. I think what you guys are trying to push is Coomer, you're trying to push whether or not like you're steel manning, like even if he's able to prove that it's canon, right? You're steel manning it.
Mm-hmm.
That even if he does prove this, it could still just be hype. But villain is circulating this back to, oh, okay, so why does basically villain?
But I explained why it would be hype. I said because it's promotional
thing
material
is,
to get
villain,
people to read it.
What he's not saying that the hype is what would make it not canon or whatever. He's just saying that if you prove it's canon, he'll say that hype is what makes it not applicable to be taken legitimately.
At face value.
Yeah.
Okay, so why?
I just extrapolated why.
So
Do
you
it,
can't.
do it
That's
again.
why you're not
Explain
listening.
that.
This is why he hasn't been listening. I've said like three times
let me
already.
just ask you a question.
Hold up, Coomer. If I had to step in and to reiterate both of your like the misunderstanding, it would only be fair for you to actually
Okay,
now
fair.
that he understands your point to restate yourself. Okay.
Fair. You can ask your question.
Yeah. So let me just ask you this, right? Are all hype comments false?
So we're gonna do like,
Yes or no?
are all hype comments false? It depends on the context.
So I can make a hype comment about someone and it be true, correct? The answer
I
is yes.
mean, based off of the word hype alone, can we like clarify what hype even is? Like, can you go look up a definition for hype?
Sure. I got you. There it is.
Okay.
It's just presenting someone presenting someone or something like in an
Okay,
extravagant manner.
so to use it as a verb, it would be to promote or publicize an idea, which the idea would be the strength of these two characters intensively, right? Meaning it's going to be put in the forefront. So of course, they're going to hype up the forefront of the capabilities of what each characters are supposed to be fighting for, which is strength versus strength. Now, it's often exaggerated in its importance. So this means
Okay, that's a
more often
claim.
than not,
That's,
hold on,
that's
listen,
two
listen.
claims.
More
That's
often
two
than
claims.
not,
That's
it's an
two claims. You're shocking.
exaggeration. If it was an exaggeration,
You're shocking.
There's a contention. Hold up. There's a contention. Villain, what do you need to say?
Yeah. So, let me just look at the thing. Yeah. So there's two things, right? He said first of all that it's hype. I think Coomer, you'd have to like prove that it's hype. Not only that,
I did promotional material. Like, you're not listening to me. Promotional
Why does it-
material is
why does it-
made to
wait,
hype.
wait,
Promotional material.
wait.
To promote
I'm in the
hype
middle.
of-
Wait, villain, right? So he's saying that it's promotional material, right?
Yeah.
What are
I'm
you
gonna
gonna?
just-
What exactly are you gonna attack if he hasn't explained why it's promotional material?
Because he made a claim. I'm going to address the claim.
But he hasn't even backed up the claim. Like, you're just attacking a claim without even knowing his reasoning.
No, that's not it. That's not it. No, that's not it. Because
I mean,
if he makes a claim, hold on. He's gonna make a claim, and I'm going to address it, right? I don't see why he'd have to like explain every single claim he makes if at the end of it I could just steel man it. You see how it wastes
I'm
time?
still manning you right now, bro.
Wait,
that's
so
not the case.
what exactly are you gonna steal?
It is the case.
Just that it's promotional material?
If he does, he's fucked.
No. That's not. No, that's not it.
Then you have to wait
no,
for him
hold
to finish talking.
Then what
No,
are you
no,
steel
hold on,
manning
wait,
exactly?
no,
Just
wait.
say what you're gonna steel man.
Why is Coomer talking?
Because you're
Anyway, like I was-
retarded.
Hold up. So what exactly do you want to steal, man?
yeah. That wasn't the issue. I said it could.
Dog.
Wait. What I'm saying, it doesn't make sense on his behalf to explain and prove every single claim he makes after making it. Because again, I could just steel man it at the end, right? We don't have to keep playing this back and forth, or we keep interrupting each other, right?
Are you actually going to do that, or are you just applying
This
some
sounds like
weird
a waste of
sauce?
time, bro.
No, it's not. It's not some like weird selfish shit. I'm just asking politely for him to like stop doing that. Because again, if he just keeps, because I don't want him to make
What?
another claim. I don't want him to make a claim within the hold on. I don't want him to
Oh
make a
my
claim
God.
within the explanation and to just shock me. Because he's done it like three times.
Then
Called it out three
I
times.
will stop. Then I will stop the shotgun. I'm your guys.
That's why we have moderation now, bro.
The thing is,
anyway,
right?
go
When it comes to an argument, when it comes to a conversation or whatever, I could say something, and if I do not provide
Use the bathroom right
reasoning
quick.
or an explanation, what happened?
So I'm using the bathroom right quick, but I can still hear you.
Yeah. So if I'm in a conversation or if I'm in a dialectic, whatever, and I just say something, why would you directly jump on and attack that, right? Because do you have a problem with what he said?
Okay, the reason why I would jump on and attack that is because I don't want him to shotgun in the future. But okay, so if I call shotgun and if you're gonna stop him from shotgunning, then we can just like end this conversation, right? I understand.
I just need to understand, dude. Like, a shotgun in a debate isn't the end of the world, bro. He's not an actual 12 gauge pointed at you.
Yeah. But the thing is with Coomer is like he just doesn't stop talking. That's why.
It's okay.
Slander.
It's okay.
I'm not even talking right now. Off
Look,
tip.
he's
Okay,
literally
bro.
talking.
It's okay. I got the paddle. I could spank whoever. All right, I got you. Don't worry.
Right, thank you. Yeah, I was just gonna ask, like, even if this is promotional material,
No,
why
you
would
should
it
Hold
spank
up.
him.
He's AFK. He's AFK. He's taking a
All right.
piss.
No
Chill.
So no, I'm back now.
Oh, you're back? Okay, you guys continue then.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm back. So let's see. Why does it being promotional material? Well, I think you already addressed it, right? So I was just gonna ask, like, why does it being promotional material make it false? And like
Did
you
I say
said,
that? Wait, did I say that? I said likelihood that it would be
Okay,
like
it's likely, okay.
exaggerated. Meaning
Okay,
it's
yeah,
more often than
it'd
not
be
because you said that hype can be hype based off of something true or false, right? And I'm saying that right now it's often exaggerated. I mean, it's more likely than not to be exaggerated. Like, it's not true per se, but it's an exaggeration of the truth.
Exaggeration of, okay, that's an assumption.
Okay, it means
Prove that.
What happened?
Yeah, that's an assumption. Go ahead and prove that. Because you do know that hype
I'm
and
justifying
exaggeration.
that. I'm
Wait,
justifying
let me
that
just make
based
this
off
one
the.
point. Let me just make this one point. You do know that hype and exaggeration are different, right? Like fundamentally different.
Can you explain on why? I'm not saying I don't know,
I'll send the
but
definition.
I'd like to know your reasoning.
I'll send the definition. Exaggeration.
Exaggeration just means to overemphasize, and when you hype something, it's
I'll send
also
the
to
definition. I'll send the
overemphasize.
definition. I'll send the definition. So exaggeration, it just says verbatim, like as a noun. A statement. Wait, actually, let me send the verb.
Actually, no, we can actually use this because this works for me perfectly. A statement that
Okay, so we
represents
can-
something as
wait,
better or
hold on,
worse than it
hold on,
really
hold on.
is.
Hold
So
on,
in the better situation of
Look,
this,
I'm in the middle of making my argument.
Yeah, I was about to say relax, Coomer.
Yeah, like I was saying, right? So what it says here, a statement that represents something as better or worse than it really is, right? So an exaggeration is kind of straying from the truth of what something is, right? So let's say if like this happens in middle school fights all the time, right? Like a kid punches another kid in the high school bathroom, and then like later on down the line, a week later, someone exaggerates and says, "Oh yeah, he punched him like 20 times in the fucking face," right? However, and like for hype, based on the definition, if I were to hype up the fight, it would be like, yeah, he punched, like he just fucking punched them or something. Like it's just presenting the truth in a way to hype up the crowd or something.
I'll
It's
address this
like
because
wait. It's just presenting the truth intensively or extravagantly. So a hype comment can be true. Meanwhile, an exaggeration is inherently false. So that's why when you equate exaggeration and hype, you're essentially making an assumption unless you can prove that. So go ahead.
Okay, so I'll address your analogy. You basically said the distinction between hype and exaggeration, right? Was basically a kid getting punched once, and then a week later he'll say, "Oh, I got punched in the face 20 times," right? That would be exaggeration, correct? Am I correct on that?
Yeah, it's just a statement that's
Okay,
straight
that's
from
all I
the
needed.
truth.
That's all I needed. All I needed. Now, if I'm also right, one of the people watching a fight, and I seen the kid get hit once, and I go to my friends and be like, "Yo, this kid got hit like 20 times." I'm exaggerating, and I'm hyping the fight. So using your analogy, it actually would fall in line with my argument. So I'll just dismiss it because it
Okay,
wouldn't work
wait.
for you. So your
Okay,
next.
wait. No, you can't just dismiss my argument. So the fact
No, I
that you're
said I'll
saying,
dismiss it because it works for me. So I don't want to fuck you in the ass. I'm being nice for you, my guy.
That's what?
This analogy you
Okay,
gave
so
me
you
provided
concede the argument.
works for me. No, it works for me, and it shoots yourself in the face if you actually realize.
Okay, so again, you concede the argument because you're trying to help me,
No, it works for me.
Bruh?
right? So you're conceding the argument to be nice to me.
No.
Huh?
Am
What?
I?
That's not what it means.
You are confused, Dylan. Yeah. So
Anyway, can I
I
just
did
basically,
not concede to you. I did not
hold
concede
up,
to you.
relax.
Okay, can I just argue on the point like I was going to originally?
Do you want me to restate exactly what I said so you
No,
can
you-
like hear the
no,
distinction because you
no,
didn't
no,
listen
no,
to
no,
it,
no,
obviously.
Let Villain say his argument. If I think that is like fucking baloney,
He's just gonna restate it. He's just gonna restate
No,
it because
that's
he knows
not.
fucking him.
That's literally not what I was
He
gonna
no,
do.
he's gonna change it. All right, restate your argument
No.
verbatim how you said. Restate your argument verbatim. Then
I'm
don't change
gonna
it.
bring up a defeater to your argument. I'm not gonna repeat
No,
my
no, no.
previous argument.
I just told you to repeat it.
Why?
yeah, low key, why?
You just said to.
Me?
Who?
I thought you just said for him to say his argument again.
No, he said that he was gonna make an argument. So I
Yeah.
said, go
Okay,
ahead.
wait. We were moving off from the one you made before. Like, you
No, we're
did you
staying
are
on
you gonna
the.
address what I said?
It's just
Yes.
yeah. He's presenting a defeater. That's the argument.
No, but he's
What?
saying I conceded to him, which is just not the case. So continue.
yeah.
All right,
but,
just
like,
continue.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. So you use my analogy, right? And you use it to like kind of like twist it, like help you out. But the thing is, like, you kind of already conceded because you said, right? You're hyping and exaggerating, right? So you're treating them as two different things, right? And by you doing that, that just falls in line with my argument where I presented both definitions and I proved how they were fundamentally different, right? By you saying that you're hyping and exaggerating, right? Like, although hype can be used like as a form, like although they can be used in tandem, the fact that they are used in tandem, at least in the case that you presented, right, that just proves that they're two different things. So just because they're used in tandem doesn't make them synonymous, and the definitions prove that. And that was it.
Got something to say, Coomer?
Yes. Now, the reason why I was able to use your argument and twist it in a way that works for me is because you said hype and exaggeration are distinct, right? I'm saying that when you hype something, right, you're exaggerating something, right, in a positive light. Now, you can also, right, exaggerate something in a bad light, which will be the other half of the definition for the exaggeration that you sent, right? It said a statement that represents something as better or worse. If it's exaggeration that represents something as worse, it wouldn't be hype. But if it's a statement that represents something as better, it would be hype. And then I use your analogy where a kid got punched once in the face and a week later, somebody said a kid got faced 20 times. That would be exaggeration. Now, if I were to see the kid get punched once in the face and I were to go tell my friend, okay, and if I were to go tell my friend I saw him get punched 20 times in the face, that'd be considered hype because it's in a positive light in comparison to a negative light. That was my argument that I said prior.
Yeah, I get your argument. So I don't really think it matters if it's used like positively or negatively. I think that's completely irrelevant. All that really matters, right?
I'll address this right now because
Wait,
that's
okay,
it doesn't, no, that's a claim. You said it's irrelevant, but it's not because it's relevant because
Coomer, I'm going to
address.
Hey.
He made a claim. I'm going to address this. He said it's irrelevant, and he said it's irrelevant, and it's clearly not because promotional material, which I already stated it was, and you still man that. What if it is?
Oh my God.
Like we're gonna go on presupposition that it is promotional material.
Can I explain
promotional
why?
material would promote something.
Coomer. So I'm just gonna tell you the exact same thing I told Villain, right? He said it's irrelevant. Do you know why he thinks it's irrelevant?
Cricket.
I'm gonna take that as a no.
I'm just gonna stop talking because it was unfair, man. I might as well just let him talk.
Right.
Okay.
So what we're doing here, right, is we're looking at the exact definitions, correct? So I don't think it really matters to like the context because these definitions can apply to any context, right? Because the one for hype is just like extravagant or intensive, which means it can apply intensively good or intensively bad. For exaggeration, it says a statement that represents something as better or worse, which means that it can be used in any context. So it really doesn't fucking matter. So again,
okay,
you're kind of presupposing that all hype would just be applicable to like exaggeration, right? So like I had stated before, and I don't think you really defeated my original argument, so I'm just going to restate it and we can go to conclusions after this. But what essentially I'm saying is that hype can be used to like promote the truth or whatever, to extravagantly or intensively promote the truth, or it can be used to extravagantly or intensively promote something that's false.
You are illiterate as fuck. Holy. Oh shit, I'm not muted, my bad.
At that point, that would fall into an exaggeration, right? So I already agree that they can be used in tandem, but that doesn't mean that they're always going to be used in tandem. And the reason why is because they're fundamentally different. So, yeah.
Okay, now I have to attack this because you said that it's different, right? Because you said, wait, can you just repeat your point on the hype thing about it being a truth value or not? Just so I won't misconstrue you.
Because hype, based on the definition alone, which is what we're using, right? Mm-hmm. If it's just extravagantly presenting, like just a piece of information, it can be done to like how do
no, you're using a noun. Use the verb. Use the verb. Because we're using it as a verb.
Promote. Okay, that's fine. Promote or publicize a product or idea intensively, often exaggerating its importance or benefits, right? So, yeah.
Okay, so promote.
The same thing. Wait. It's basically the same thing as the noun, right? It's just you can either use it to promote the truth or promote it or to promote something that's like false or whatever, or to like take it out of proportion, aka exaggerating. So it can be used for both.
Okay, now I'll show you, right, how the analogy you gave me still falls in line with what I'm saying. Because, right, the kid got punched in the face once, right, and you consider wait, hold on. A kid got punched in the face once, right? And then I go tell somebody that he got punched in the face 20 times. That could be considered hype or exaggeration, depending on the context. It could be also considered hype and exaggeration, depending on the context. Now, the reason why this can also
That's
be
a
a true,
concession.
listen. The reason why hype can also be true, right? So can exaggeration be truth, right? It's because the truth in this analogy is the kid that got punched in the face. That's the truth value. And then the exaggeration is the variable of times that he got punched in the face. So there is truth to this hype, and there also is truth to this exaggeration, because it's a hype and exaggeration statement, right?
Okay,
And I'm saying this would apply. Let me continue.
My fault.
And I'm saying this would correlate with the promotional image that you provided, because via the definition you provided, right? Promote or publicize intensively, right, would apply to this, because it's promotion material literally, right? It literally says the tale of Lubu that has yet to be told. It begins on the next page. It's clearly promotional, and you steel man that. And then also, I already brought up the fact that it's exaggerating the capabilities of the character to promote the
shocking him again.
material. No,
Anyway.
I've said that already.
Yeah, you're shocking. So, like I was saying, I think I've refuted most of what you said,
We
right?
can conclude.
But I also think you conceded, because you already said that like hype can be used to like present the truth in an extravagant manner. You already said
And
this, correct?
I showed why it's more likely to be truth in this
Wait.
situation.
I'm not finished talking, right? So the way you presented that though is because you said that there is some truth value to saying that the kid got punched 20 times. So the mistake that you're making, right, is that you're taking one event and you're taking another event, right? The first event is that he got punched one time. The second event is that he got punched 20 times, right? What you're doing is that you're just inserting the first event into the second one and saying, okay, look, there is some truth to this statement or whatever. But like in that specific case, that's not how it works at all, because they're two fundamentally different things that happened, right? One punch is not the same as 20 punches, right? You can't just insert that in there, right? And say that there's some truth to that. What else was I gonna say? Because he's still shotguns. You made another argument.
We can conclude, because I don't think you actually
What was
refuted
your-
If you think he's shotgunned, you could just dismiss it with the fallacy itself. Just want to
But I
let
think
you
we
know.
should conclude, because he's not
Sure,
refuting my claims
I'll
or
just
addressing them.
dismiss the rest. I'll just dismiss the rest.
Okay.
All
I
right.
just
Actually, wait, I actually don't want to. Coomer, could you just like quickly go over what you said besides the point about like
no,
punch
like
Okay.
no. Hold up. Can I ask a question? Because I think
Go
this
ahead.
might just be irrelevant. So, Coomer, what are you trying to prove with? Actually, hold up, no. I want to ask you first. Villain, what are you trying to prove? Like, what do you get out of winning this point?
that basically, like, just because something is hype, they could still be like, it could still be, how do I put it? Hype by itself, by definition, is just presenting something in like in a way, like in an extravagant way, which can apply to like something false and for something true.
Okay.
Which is yeah.
Okay, Coomer, what are you trying to get out of this?
What I'm trying to get out of this is how he can't take this promotional material at face value, because it's hype based on promotion of characters that's getting this new story, right? And I'm saying that based off this promotional material, that it's hype to promote a spinoff, and that hype itself can be, hype itself is like usually exaggerated, and exaggerated claims can be truth or false depending on the context and the variables, and which I distinctly prove is the case using an analogy that he gave me. And if there's any other questions about anything you need extrapolated on, I can give that. I don't know if I answered.
So what exactly is the disagreement? Because Villain has like blatantly just said that he's basically saying that hype could be true or could be false. You basically just said that hype is what? An exaggeration that could be true or false.
Yeah.
What is the argument here?
Yeah,
I'm saying that he can't use this promotional material to scale his character.
No, that's
Because
not
he
it.
can't use it at
But
face value. Because
that's not the point you guys are actually going over though. The point that you're
Yeah.
going over is you're just saying that it could be true or false, and that's what Villain is also saying. So there's actually no disagreement. You guys are you're just directing the same thing.
The issue, right, is that Coomer is trying to equate that like all hype has to like be exaggerated or something, or like all hype is exaggeration. That's the
No,
issue.
no, I didn't say all. I said it's often
Yeah, I was gonna
exaggerated, and
say-
I proved that it's justified that it's often exaggerated in this context of a promotional material.
Yeah. So Kai, that's specifically why I said that he had already conceded multiple times.
Because, like,
He's
the
trying to
thing
use
is-
this to scale his. Go ahead.
Because ultimately, you guys just get like, so let's say, we drop this point. All you guys get from this is this promotional material could be true, could be false. That's the synthesis between both of you.
Yeah, and I'm saying that it's hype. Like, regardless of the fact whether it's true or false, it's hype.
Yeah,
it's,
but
it's exaggeration. Him being the strongest human isn't exactly true. It's exaggeration, and it's only said to promote a fight. Like if I'm promoting a boxer who's fighting for me, and I'm like betting money on this boxer, of course I'm gonna say my boxer's the greatest of all time. He's the GOAT.
Okay,
It's promotion, bro.
Coomer is arguing probability now.
But it's been probability. I've been said it's often the case.
We
It's
were
in the
arguing
definition you sent.
possibility. What the fuck?
Well,
Because-
it's in your
okay, 'cause-
definition.
So Coomer, are you not okay? Because I don't think you understand like the magnitude of villain's like claim here, or like how you could use it for your point. So I'm not gonna like say too much about that. But basically, what villain is saying that hype could be true or false. If you want to further disprove this, right, you would have to go into some really extensive probability argument, or just try to
I
objectively.
proved why it's. I don't mean to cut you off, but I proved why it being exaggeration is more probable in this case. I use citations for my claim.
Okay, just run it by me. Real quick. What was your
I
justification?
said. Like, did you not get the
That was after.
analogy?
We made this point.
Okay. I said, right? I said that it's promotional material made to promote a new spin-off series for a focal fighter who is Lubu. So if the focal character, right, is the focal character for a story, of course they're going to get exaggerated upon. They're going to get inflated, right? If I have a boxer who I am betting money on, who I'm in his corner and he's fighting against fucking Mike Tyson, I'm still going to be like, "Oh, my guy's the GOAT." And that's because I'm invested in this character. So just like how the author of that particular spin-off promotional story is invested in that.
Okay, so you think that due to the investment of Lubu and the context, it is more likely that it is exaggerated. As in
Yes.
I just want you to specifically claim that in this instance, it is more likely that this is an exaggeration that is false.
In a vacuum, using just this scan, this is more likely false.
Okay.
It's
That's
exaggeration.
That's
Exaggeration.
that's what was needed to be
That's
directly
all you
said.
literally had to say.
I've been
Okay.
saying it's an exaggeration. I've been justifying it with what I've been saying.
No,
I
no,
don't know what the fuck
no,
is
no.
laughing.
The thing is, you wouldn't like. You guys really did go down like this really weird, unnecessary path for like 5 minutes, and it's my bad too because I was cleaning my Funko Pops, so I was like, going in and out of the conversation.
All right,
But
so what next?
Yeah, it's
so
fine.
basically, you need to. Do you have a counter for that villain? Because
Yeah.
we need a new moderator. I'm gonna start working on my essay. So anybody step up
Wait.
to it?
Max. Lord.
Max,
Umar.
man.
I might dip.
Oh, you might dip.
Yeah. If there's no
Huh?
mod, I'm gonna dip.
Gay.
That's not gay. It's just called insanity. The fuck? It's 12 a.m. I don't want to be
Pussy.
screaming in my house at the late
You don't have to be.
fucking
Man,
insane.
none of y'all could moderate. Y'all are fat.
Fat as hell. Well, we can just stop it at this point and then get it judged.
Hell no.
Wait,
Let's,
there's a journey sign up. $500 a base training.
let's
Hold up,
continue.
what?
I
We
don't
can
want
just
to.
postpone.
I don't want to postpone. Just continue.
Well, I'm not gonna be sitting here without
it's just-
moderation
it's
for
just-
2
okay,
hours.
Hold on. All we need now is just the probability of whether or not the statement is true or false. That's all we really need at that point.
I
Because
justified
if
why
I
it's
win-
likely
hold on,
to
hold on,
not
hold
be
on.
true.
Hold
And I
on.
already concluded on that.
Okay, Coomer. we concluded on the possibility of it being true or false, right? Now we're on the argument of whether the statement is probable to be true. Those are two fundamentally different things, right? That's the current point that I'm contending. That's why
You cut out for me. You cut out for me. You got to repeat it. My Wi-Fi.
Okay. Yeah. So you can't just say, okay. So like I said before, you can't just combine those two fundamentally different things. Like I had specified before, we were arguing on the possibility of it being true or false. Now we're arguing on the probability of it being true or false, right? So like you can't just throw in that argument in the beginning.
I get that, but I already addressed this when I said that when it comes to hype, it's often to be the case based off of your definition.
Yeah, and that's what I'm contesting.
So okay,
That's
well, you want to give a different definition or extrapolate on the definition, prove the definition wrong?
The definition
it literally says often.
Wait. Yeah, that's fine. The definition doesn't contradict my argument. Yes,
we're talking about probability, correct?
Wait. Just because something is often doesn't mean that it's like always going to be the case.
More likely? No, I never said always.
Yeah,
more likely. If something, wait, just to clarify, if something's more, hold on. If something's more often, does that equate to it being more likely?
Depends on context.
In this case, where it's black and white.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Coomer.
Okay. Yeah.
Coomer. No. Coomer. In this case, that's the issue. In this case, is it probable or is it not? In general, can exaggeration or like can hype be often false? Sure, in general. But that's why we're focusing on this case, on this scan, on this statement.
On this scan, in this statement, I addressed this already by bringing up the fact that it's promotional material.
I know you addressed it. That's what I'm saying. That's
how are you? Can you bring up a new? Can you bring up a new refutation or something? That sounds like I'm hearing.
That's what I'm going to do, but you're not letting me, Coomer.
Oh, rapido.
Yeah, you just stop talking, right? I already said what I was gonna do, so just let me do it, right? So the reason why it's more probable that this statement is blatantly true, right, is because if you just take note of like the exclamation points that they're used, there's like the curtain rises.
Get the fuck out of here. What?
Anyways.
So the amount of exclamation points dictates it more true than not. Prove that.
Anyway, I'm not done. No, that's not my argument.
No, prove that. Prove that right there.
That's not my argument.
Why the fuck bring it up?
That's not my argument.
Why bring it up?
You're strawmanning, Coomer. You're strawmanning me.
But I'm saying, why bring it up? Whoa.
Coomer. You were crying about not Coomer. You were crying about not having a mod. You first of all, you don't even let me make my argument. Then when I actually start making
the argument.
Okay, so stop interrupting, bro. Just be civil. Jesus Christ. So like I was saying, right? So like I was saying, if we take note of how the exclamation points are used, right? It says shit like Lubu, flying general, right? And they're putting up hype in that one, right? The man gave mankind hope by proving whatever that he can stand against the gods of Ragnarok, right? Huge emphasis there. Allow us to introduce China's greatest warrior, right? Huge emphasis there. But the way that they how do I put it? Like they're hyping it by essentially presenting facts, right? And the way that they're presented, they just present it like as a monotone. Like, how do I put it? Like just regular sentence, right? As if you're just presenting facts. So it's just like from childhood, he reigned as a predator. Even bears fell to his fist. However, when it comes to the second one, he died of boredom. It says, in life, he reached the summit of human potential. Upon realizing that no one could match him, he chose death, right? So if like you just have to pay attention about how specific information within the scan is presented. That's essentially it. Also, even then, right? There's also the argument. It says like right there, he does not fear the gods. That's also like in whatchamacallit, an exclamation point, right? But that's like blatantly also true, right? So even those statements that end with like an exclamation point, those can also be true. So go ahead.
Okay, so just to clarify, your argument is that since there's one more exclamation point, those are hype statements in comparison to the ones that's made with one exclamation point?
No.
Okay, so I didn't get your argument. Restate it.
Yeah. So if we just look at like how the information is presented, right? You'd have to look at the exclamation points, right? So sometimes they can be used to like as direct hype, right? Because they're presenting something extravagantly or whatever. So we can take some of those to be like false, but when it comes to these like factual statements, they're presenting them as like just monotonous or like monotone or whatever. It
Okay,
says,
I don't mean to cut you off. I'm gonna address this because you're just completely wrong. You're just completely wrong, dude.
okay, that's fine.
I heard enough. You're just wrong.
Wait. It says he died of boredom. Like, holy shit, he died of
I
boredom.
don't care.
And
You're just wrong blatantly. Can I explain why?
Wait.
You said your argument. I got the gist of it, and you're wrong. Let me address it.
No, I'm not done
You're
talking.
wrong. You're wrong. I already get your argument.
I'm not done talking.
Wait, I actually hold on. Wait, didn't I ask you a question to clarify what your argument is? Wait, no. It was my turn. Listen. It was my turn. It was my turn. Then I asked you a question to clarify, and then once it was clarified for me, I'm going to address it, in which I am now going to do so.
Further clarification. I'm going to give.
I do not need further clarification when you clarified it already, and with the clarification that you provided.
Coomer.
Oh my God, this is why
I would have already been finished. Yeah, because of you. You can't control yourself.
Because of you.
Okay, so like I was saying,
The
right?
I asked one simple question, and now you're fucking just like railroading the whole entire.
Which I haven't said before, right? It says, "Holy shit, he died of boredom," and then they're giving further factual context on why he died, and the factual context is that in life he reached the summit of human potential. Notice how there's no like, they're not putting specific emphasis on that. They're not putting exclamation.
So I was right. It was the number of exclamation points.
I'm not done talking. I'm
Oh
not done talking.
God. I can go to sleep, wake up in the morning, you still won't be done. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, just be civil. I don't know why that's so hard.
I asked you a simple question. When I'm going to address the claim based on the clarification you gave, you cut me off.
Because I'm not. Okay, Coomer, if I'm in the middle of speaking and then you start talking and then I say, hey, I'm not done speaking, I'm not cutting you off. That's retarded. So so it's just the context, right? They're presenting the factual context in a different manner than they're presenting the hype. And like I said before, sometimes even this hype can still be truthful. And the example is that he does not fear the gods. Go ahead, Coomer.
Okay. My refutation to this is that you're just blatantly misinterpreting what the use of the emphasis of the exclamation points are. Basically, the exclamation points are used to emphasize the formatting of the promotional page itself. So titles, right, are emphasized with 2 exclamation points. Subtitles are emphasized with 1 exclamation points, and then bodies of text usually are just periods at the end, unless there's emphasis needed for a specific statement. The amount of exclamation points does not determine at all whether a statement is true or not. It's just meant to emphasize what the artists want you to like focus on.
I'll still man that.
Right? Because it's formatting of the thing.
I'll steel man that. So I'll steel man the part where it's like that's how it's structured.
Okay,
sure,
but
it can be structured that way. Wait. I'm not done talking. Yeah, thank you.
I'm just saying, if you steel man,
thank you. Stop talking, Coomer. Thank you, Coomer. Thank you for your input. So like I was saying, I'll steel man that part of like how it was structured. Sure, that's fine. It could be structured that way. That wouldn't directly counter my argument. So it can be structured where it's like, okay, they're putting specific exclamation points on yada 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 this, yada 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 that. However, they can still present information this way, where it's like some are hype and some are factual.
Okay, can you clarify the distinction between them? Because prior you said the distinction between them was the exclamation points, and I already viewed that, and then you steel manned it. So that means you agree with the notion. So you conceded to me. So would you bring up a new refutation?
Wait, you misunderstood. So I'm not steel manning the fact that. Oh no, I'm not steel manning this idea that it counters my argument. I'm not done speaking.
You said that verbatim, though.
I'm not done speaking. I'm going to clarify on what I actually said, right? Yeah, stop talking, right? Like, okay, so like I was saying, I'll steel man this idea that it's structured this way. What you said is that this structure directly contradicts what I'm arguing. I'm not steel manning that part. I'm saying, sure, it can be structured that way, but how does that counter my argument? That's what I'm saying.
Can I tell you why?
It's not.
Can I
Sure.
tell you?
Yeah,
I already
go ahead.
told you why, but I'll restate it. Right now, you based off the whether something's likely to be hype or not based off the distinctive uh, amount of like what's it called exclamation points, right? And I'm saying that the exclamation points are used solely to emphasize statements or used in a formatting factor. Just because you're
Why?
emphasizing a statement doesn't inherently mean it's a truth or false value. It doesn't also inherently mean that it's exaggeration or not exaggeration. That's just a presupposition that you're making without any justification. And when you asked me why, I've already provided why, and it's recorded.
You already lost me. You
I
already
lost
lost
you
me.
because you don't follow logic.
Okay, stop. Anyway, fucking ad hominem. Anyway, so again, it can be structured this way, but my art like that that at all doesn't counter my argument. It can be structured how to, like, let's say I'm writing a paper.
I believe I have, so unless you have anything new to say, then we can just move on.
Anyway. Let's say I'm writing a paper, right? And I structure it in a specific way. I can say, okay, these claims with a question mark or like exclamation point at the end, they can serve as hype. And then I could give like added context and like in a picture or whatever to like kind of, how do I put it? Kind of like
I already know what you're gonna say, and I believe I already inherently refuted this, and you don't believe I did so because you don't understand my argument. So I just think that we should leave this up to recording.
No, that's explain your argument again if you don't think I got it.
I already have 2 times, bro. I gave you 2 reasons why the exclamation points are there, and I said it twice.
Okay, the first one was that it was the structure. Was that it?
I said it's either to emphasize a certain statement or it's just a formatting thing.
Okay, I still meant the formatting thing. That doesn't at all counter my argument. So we can
Now,
go into the emphasis. Okay, Coomer, if you think I didn't get it, just leave it at that. We can go into the emphasis. We can go into the emphasis.
I made a distinction for emphasis. You can emphasize the truth value, right? And you can also emphasize something that's false. You can also emphasize something that's meant to be hyped, right? And you can also emphasize something that's literally not hype at all. So you can emphasize anything.
I'll still mean all of that. Okay, why does it?
Show how that's nice. I'm asking, why is it applicable in this case? I'm asking you. It's your burden, bitch.
You claimed it.
You claimed that these fucking exclamation points, right, means that you said it is something else than what it actually is, and I'm asking you how. It's your claim. It's your burden.
I already, I already.
Okay. If you think you explained it already, then we'll just leave the recording.
Yeah.
Leave the recording.
Okay, so
simple.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just explain it one more time, just for the recording. So the reason why, like, the exclamation points are specifically important, right, in the scan, is because the exclamation points can give like hype, or like they can be used to like exaggerate or like hype up certain statements, right? But obviously that wouldn't apply to all of them, right? So it can be structured this way, and the structure can follow what essentially what I'm arguing, right? And like what I'm arguing is that like it's more probable that like these shits, like the context is like more probable to be true because of the way that it's presented, right? It's just a monotonous thing, as if you're saying a fact, right? However, like the headers and shit, quote unquote, he died of boredom. That's just like some sort of like some level of hype or exaggeration. And I also said, even though this can be used, even though that has an exclamation point, these headers can also be true, right? As evidenced by number 4, where it says he does not fear gods, where it ends in an exclamation point. However, it is true because it's just blatant, and I don't think my opponent countered that at all. You have any more arguments?
No, I addressed everything you said already. It's in recording, so it doesn't matter. It's like you honestly haven't been listening to my arguments, so
yeah, that's fine. We can go off as if I won the point.
No, you did not get the point.
Yeah,
I said we can go off as if. No, let's go off. Let's go off on the presupposition that I won the point. How about that?
Coomer, it's my skating, Coomer.
We'll go off the presupposition that dismiss the shit because you're just plainly wrong.
Coomer, can I explain why we have to go under like the assumption that I won? Can I explain why?
Because you brought the positive scan.
Yeah, because it's my scaling, and I'm not finished with my scaling. Because if we go under the assumption that you won, my scaling is just cut off, and we start with yours. That's fucking stupid.
Good. You're scaling shit. Let's start with my
Okay,
scanning.
that's not good reason. That's not a good reason.
Bro,
That's
you've
not
been
good.
just steel manning everything
not a
I've
good
said.
reason.
You've been conceding. Like, this shit's messy.
Yeah, you're just misrepresenting everything.
I'm
Anyway,
misrepresenting all 3 steel mans you gave me. It's crazy.
yeah.
Honestly, it's actually
So you
almost
okay, Coomer?
12:15.
Okay, Coomer,
I'm gonna have to
stop
postpone this.
being retarded, Coomer.
I'm not being
Coomer,
retarded.
stop being
I'm just saying
retarded.
I'm gonna have to postpone this.
So I still meant 3 things. Did you only make 3 arguments, Coomer?
I didn't say that, but did you hear what I just said?
Did you only make 3 arguments, Coomer? Did you only make 3 arguments?
Did you hear what I
Coomer,
just
did you
said?
only make 3 arguments? Did you only make 3 arguments?
Did
Yes
you
or
hear
no?
what I said?
3
Did
or
you hear
more.
what I
3
just
or
said?
more. 3 or more. 3 or more.
Okay,
3 or
I'm
more.
gonna assume you just heard what I just said, so we can pick this up another
I
time.
did hear what you said. That's why I'm asking,
Okay,
retard.
cool.
Did you
We'll
make
pick
3
this up
more
another time then.
arguments? Did you make 3 more arguments? Yeah, you don't want to answer because you're just blatantly wrong, right? Because if you're saying I steel man everything and I only steel man 3 points, that means you only made 3 points. You fucking retard. Anyways, we're just gonna go into the assumption that I won.
Obviously,
Because
meaning everything quote unquote would be an exaggeration, retard, but you wouldn't know that because you don't know anything about social setting, retard. You don't have any friends, you don't get invited anywhere because you're a dumbass bitch.
Yeah, you're worse than Pog. Anyway, like I was saying, we can just
Okay.
go off on these assumptions
You
that I
don't
won.
have any
Where's them
social cues. You anything
Yeah,
social
that's
cues whatsoever.
That's fine. Sure. That's fine. Anyway,
Okay, and as I said, I'm postponing this. I gotta go.
Sure. I'll just give the baby his bottle. Anyway, I'm gonna continue with my
Cool.
scaling. So,
It's crazy how most
assuming that I did win the point, that's fine.
Villain, he doesn't want to debate anymore. He wants to postpone.
As I said it's 12,
Yeah, sure. He
15.
just wants to be a pussy. Then. He just wants to be a pussy. Then.
I want to be a
Sure.
pussy, but I joined the VC and I've been slamming you for the past 30, 40 minutes. Okay, cool.
Yeah, why don't you want to continue?
That's fucking crazy.
No, he hasn't. He really hasn't.
I have.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, you haven't. Anyway,
I have.
No, I don't.
Okay,
I'm not
so
really
have you been
paying attention
slamming me?
to it.
Have you been slamming
Why would
me?
I be meat
not paying
licking
attention.
villain?
Yeah,
Max,
I'm
why
not
are you
meat
talking right
licking
now?
Yeah,
Max, why are you
yeah,
talking
anyway.
right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so just wait,
I'm not
villain, you were
paying attention.
slamming me?
Now, listen. I just want to continue.
No, answer the question. Were you slamming me? I'm not continuing. I'm postponing. It's just a simple question before I go. Were you slamming me?
Wait, what?
Nope. No.
So you
said I
don't want to
wasn't slamming
continue?
you. I
So you
said
don't
I'm
want to continue.
postponing
So you
it.
don't want to continue. Okay.